Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Real with Jerneal. I'm your host, Jerneal, and we got a good one for you today. We're going to be talking about toxic family. So, before you do anything, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into the podcast. Okay, now when you think of toxic family, what's the first person that comes to mind? It could be anybody. I'm not going to call no names, because I don't know y'all like that, but I'm just speaking to a general audience. When you think of toxic family, what's the first person that comes to mind? I'm going to give you about 10 or 15 seconds to think about that. Okay, so toxic family. When it comes to toxic families, first of all, it could be anything from mom, dad, sister, brother. The list goes on and on and on. And it don't matter where it comes from. It could be anywhere from your immediate family all the way to your step family, all the way to the in-laws. Just anybody in your family that's showing off any type of toxic energy, any type of negativity, anybody that's showing you any type of mental abuse, physical abuse, can't take no accountability, always putting the blame on the next person, the list goes on and on and on. When it comes to toxic behavior, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If you know, then you know. But when it comes to toxic behavior in families, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm here to tell you, okay? And I want you to listen to me good. Please be strong-minded enough to set some boundaries before yourself. I don't care what you gotta do, but in this world, in this cruel world, if you let that toxic family run over you, they will continue doing it for years and generations to come, even when you bring your separate family around them. Especially when you bring your separate family around them. Once you bring your separate family that you created around your immediate family or even your in-laws, that's also toxic. Watch that toxic behavior kind of grow like a wildfire in a way. And I want you to listen to me good on this, okay? I'm not blaming you. I'm not putting the blame on nobody, but that's just why I'm here. That's just why I'm here. Keeping it real with Jerneal. I don't care how you feel, whether it makes you comfortable or uncomfortable. Hey, somebody's got to shine a light on it. So when it comes to toxic family members, let's say mom, dad, sister, brother, hey, the list goes on and on and on. It differs with every household. Well, almost every household, excuse me. It could be anything from putting the blame on the next person. You know what kind of toxic behavior I'm talking about. Don't play with me. But I need you to set some boundaries between you and that person that's also exhibiting toxic behavior. I need you to set some boundaries between them and distance yourself between them. Because I guarantee you, if you don't do that, they're gonna continue showing up the same behavior. They're gonna keep on showing off the same negative energy, and you don't want that in your life. I guarantee you don't want that in your life. So with that being said, be strong-minded. You gotta be strong-minded in this world. You don't have to hate them. They don't have to be your enemy or whatever. But at the same time, you can still love them from a distance. I done heard plenty of stories. About people getting walked all over because they had a toxic family. Okay, and I kid you not. They still doing it even to this day. And no matter if it's family or friends, I done heard all kind of stories from all kind of people about how the toxic family done walked all over them, and they treating them type of way. They treating their family this type of way. They're treating them different. You got all kind of favoritism. Just go ahead and distance yourself between that. I don't care what you gotta do, but sooner or later you gotta be strong-minded enough to say enough is enough. Okay, enough is enough with this. All right. You gotta be strong-minded enough to say enough is enough. I'm not taking this no more. No more blaming. No more negative energy. No more gossip. No more mental abuse. No more physical abuse. No more putting me down. The list goes on and on and on. But just go ahead and do that for me. Do that as best as you can, and watch your life flourish. I guarantee you. Watch your life flourish when you cut off all the people in your life. All the negative people in your life, not the positive ones, but all the negative people in your life. And I know that's going to be hard to do because, it's a lot of y'all listening to this right now that's thinking, oh, I love him or I love her or I don't want them to feel no type of way towards me, or I just want to keep down confrontation. No, sometimes you have to step outside your comfort zone in order to flourish ahead. That's just the way it is. I said it once and I say it again. You just have to be strong-minded to know that enough is enough. Because as long as you stay in that comfort zone, still putting up with that negative energy, still putting up with that gossip and entitlement, favoritism, the list goes on and on and on. As long as you stay inside that comfort zone, hey, they gonna keep on doing that to you. They gonna keep on running over you. I hate to be that way, but at the same time, that's just the way it is, though. You gotta be strong-minded enough to say enough is enough. These folks do not care about me. I'm seeing the red flags, and I don't like it. But at the same time, I don't see you as my enemy, nor do I hate you. But still, I'm protecting my peace. I have to set some boundaries between us, and I have to love you from a distance. Okay, that's just the way it is. I done heard plenty of stories from a handful of friends and family members to the point where, some family members, they got away from the toxic family, and they're doing better than ever. It's like they broke some kind of family trauma cycle to the point where they was going through the worst. I'm talking about the worst. Almost anything you can imagine in the family. I'm talking about just families in general over here. I'm talking about toxic families in general. Like, stuff that will leave a stain on your brain. Because that's what we're talking about here. Breaking the family trauma cycle. And I guarantee you, as soon as this guy left the family, he started flourishing. This guy started flourishing. He started doing his own thing. He started getting blessed more. He started getting more money. Hey, just blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. But you'll never get to that point unless you know how to cut off the right people. And I'm talking about the people who just have any type of negative energy against you, any type of toxic energy against you. People who put the blame on you, mentally abused you, physically abused you, said you wasn't no good, said you wasn't good enough. The list goes on and on and on. You know how the family trauma cycle gets. But at the same time, when it comes to the family trauma cycle, you have to break that cycle. And it all starts with you, really. It all starts with you. You have to be the one that say that enough is enough. I put my foot down. Hey, I got to be mentally strong enough to walk away. Because these people ain't doing it for me. These people are not doing it for me. I guarantee you right now, as soon as you leave, as soon as you get out of this podcast episode, I want you to look at the energy of everybody in your friends and family circle. Check the energy out and thank me later. Just check the energy out. Just examine, what they feel, how they've done me, how they treat others in the family. Just be real observant of what's going on within your family and friend circle, so you can know what people to cut off. Because, hey, there might be somebody that might be holding you back. You just never know who might feel some type of way against you. That's why they say, crabs in a barrel. Once you start going up, you just never know who's holding you down. It's pulling you back. But at the same time, when it comes to toxic family, you got to put your feelings aside. You got to be strong enough to put your feelings aside to say, you know what, I got to put myself first. I got to put my boundaries first. Okay, I got to put my peace first. I don't like the way these people are treating me. I don't like the way she treating so and so. All the favoritism, all the gossiping, all the entitlement. The list goes on and on. But one thing is for sure, and two things is for certain. If you're dealing with toxic family members, don't expect your life to change if you haven't been bold enough to make that move yet. Because it all starts with you. I guarantee you. It all starts with you. You got to be bold enough to say enough is enough. I got to put my feelings and my peace before any of these toxic family members, because they the ones holding you back. Just go ahead and examine the people in your circle, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll give you a perfect example. What makes it so bad is, I got a friend, right, who has a sibling. And it's bad where the son is toxic, and the mom even takes up for the son. Now, how crazy does that sound? You listen to that good now. If your son is toxic, or if your daughter is toxic, and you see the parents backing them up, you tell me right now who's the bad guy in that situation. I'm going to give you about 10 or 15 seconds to think about that. I'm going to say that one more time. Parents, if you have a son or a daughter that is toxic or showing any type of toxic behavior in any type of way, and you choose to support that, guess what? You ain't no better than she is, or you ain't no better than he is. It's time for you and them, both of y'all, all three of y'all, to take some accountability. Because guess what? As long as y'all keep on showing off that kind of toxic behavior, that's what keeps the trauma cycle going. I guarantee you. And trust me, when it comes to the younger generation, they see that. And when they get in their 10 years, and they get inside of that toxic environment, it's just going to rub off on them like a wildfire. It's going to spread more and more and more. It's about time we put that to an end. I guarantee you, because you got to be bold enough to step away from that toxic family and say, you know what? Maybe my new friends treat me better than my current family. And oftentimes they do be like that. I'm not even going to lie. I done heard plenty of times, and you even seen it with your own eyes. Sometimes when you get away from your toxic family, you come across a handful of new friends that actually treats you better than your immediate family or even your in-laws or anything of that nature. Just go ahead and observe that for me. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you. Change is not going to come unless you be bold enough to step away from it, or that toxic person in the family has to be bold enough to take accountability for their actions. Let's mention two other factors in it. Entitlement and favoritism. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds to think about that. Then we're going to jump in it. Okay, now first we're going to hop on favoritism, which is by far one of the worst. When it comes to favoritism, basically that's just like putting two family members or two siblings against one another. You know, I choose this one over that one, or I like her more than I like him, or I like him more than I like her for this or that reason. No. First of all, I'm talking to the parents. I'm on y'all behind today. I'm going to give y'all one example of favoritism. If you're a parent, and let's say, for example, I'm going to throw out two fake names. If you like Jimmy more than you like Sarah, mind you, those are your two kids. Those are two fake kids, by the way. If you like Jimmy more than you like Sarah, don't be surprised if Sarah grows up later on feeling some type of way towards you. Feeling any type of bitterness, any type of hatred, all because the parents favor him more than they favor her. That's just where we're going with this. Otherwise, you're actually setting your sons and daughters up to feel some type of way towards you in the long run. And I guarantee you, once they become adults and they remember what you did to them, they're going to be looking at you like with the side eye, like, oh man, this is what we're doing. You know, is this where our generation is headed? No, it must stop as soon as possible. But at the same time, when it comes to toxic moms and dads, they have to take accountability and stop the favoritism, stop the entitlement, stop the mental abuse, stop the physical abuse. Stop telling your kids that you're not good enough or you'll never be nothing in life. Because I guarantee you know how kids are nowadays. Imagine your mom or dad telling you that at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you ain't gonna never be nothing in life. I wish I never had you. You ain't gonna be no good in life. This and that and third. Trust me. I guarantee you. From the age 10 all the way up to about age 20 or 30, on out through a lifetime, that stuff sticks with you. And a lot of parents don't want to hear it, but at the same time, that stuff sticks with you. That's like a parent leaving a stain on your brain. Okay, that stuff does not go away easy. That's a mental scar. Okay, and trust me, they will forgive you, but it's going to take some years before they do. They'll forgive you, but they just won't forget. As we come to a close, I'm going to leave you with one final thought. It all begins with you. If you are a toxic family member, I want you to take some accountability for your actions. I want you to apologize and change your ways, because I guarantee you, stuff that you do and say will definitely have an effect on your immediate family, your in-laws, and also if your son or daughter wants to bring their family around. If you have a toxic family, it's time to stop the mental abuse, stop the physical abuse, stop the name calling, stop the victim blaming, the rape, the molestation. The list goes on and on and on. Anything that you ever suffered through in your childhood that left some kind of mental stain on your brain, it's time for it to come to an end so more families can get ahead. Because I guarantee you, the stuff that you're doing as a toxic family, it's going to have an effect on the generation before you coming up. Because they're going to see it. They're going to hear it. And trust me, when they get in their adult years, it's not going to be pretty when they start looking at you side-eye and they start, feeling some type of way about you, about the way you treated them. Because the way that you treated them and the stuff that you said to them, it's not going to go away easy. I hate to say it, but you should know this by now. The stuff that you say to any kid in the family or any teenager in the family, no matter if it's favoritism, entitlement, putting them down, hurtful words, mental abuse, physical abuse, stuff like that sticks with you through a lifetime. And it's time for it to come to an end. Okay? Stuff like that does not go away easy. And half the time, even therapy doesn't even get the job done. But it's time for it to come to an end right now. Take some accountability if you are a toxic family member. Issue an apology if you have to. And change your ways for the sake of a better family. To my people who are listening right now, if you're going through some type of family trauma right now, or have ever went through any type of family trauma, please remember what I said. Don't be afraid to set some boundaries before yourself for the sake of your peace. If they don't understand, that sounds like a personal problem to them. But for the sake of your peace, set some boundaries. Distance yourself between that negative and toxic energy. You don't need that in your life. And neither do the family that you created either. Alright, that's all the time that I have right now. It's been a pleasure speaking with y'all. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as follow me on Instagram, Just.Jerneal. Just.Jerneal. That's Just.Jerneal. It was a pleasure speaking with y'all, and we see you on the next episode. Y'all take care.